Was that it? The entire bull market over? I want to talk about the Bitcoin price chart, show you what I see, show you some key levels I'm looking for. We are seeing fear in the market right now. People are unsure on what to do. Hopefully this video can guide you. If it's sounding interesting, please drop a like, give me a subscribe, stick around. Take a look at this. I've got up here moving averages on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, and I want to show you what I see, right? For those that are new, this is very simple. Bitcoin follows these moving averages, which are these lines, and for the most part, especially in a bull market, it follows them really well. So if we go back to the last cycle, just so you can understand what you're looking at here, this green line, it's the 21 moving average. It's just the line, it's like an indicator. And when Bitcoin's in a bull market, it breaks out from the bear market, goes into a bull market, and it starts going upwards on an upwards trend. It usually bounces off this as support. Even if you see wick candles break underneath, if we're bullish, it tends to come back up and close body candles above the green line so it can continue to elevate. Watch it bounce, see? And again, pumps up, falls down, bounces right here. It doesn't matter if you get wicks. As long as you get body candles above the green line, that's good. It's a bullish sign. It shows how strong the market is as, you know, you're going up and trying to create this massive blow off top. A lot of the times when you see it break this green line is when you see weakness in the market. Maybe you've missed the top. And then that's when it starts to come down to this orange line. And my gosh, if we break this orange line, then you're in some serious trouble. So like, for example, here we came down, we came close to test it, we came back above, and then it fell down again. It bounces off it. Bouncing off it's fine. Comes back above. But if it breaks it and we see a bodied candle underneath, at least 1 to 2 bodied candles, you best believe that there's some serious trouble going on in the market. You may have missed the top. You may already be in a bear market. People don't even realize it. And this is when things can get really ugly, because once it gets to this blue line and once it breaks this blue line, you're talking massive, massive dumps that can just destroy the entire market and upset a lot of people. Right? But again, we're talking about Bitcoin, because a lot of the time when money flows out of Bitcoin, it tends to go into the altcoins. There's a rotation, which is why you see altcoins pump, because what happens is people make loads of money on Bitcoin. Now they want to make more money. Greed kicks in and everybody starts going crazy. They rush to buy altcoins and everything else. Here's another example of pump up in the Bitcoin price. This is Bitcoin. We see it break this green line here. This is the 21-week moving average. It falls down to this orange line, which is the 50-week average, moving average, and it bounces off it. Everything's fine. It comes back above and it makes a second high. It's only when you see it break this orange line, which is where things get ugly. Because if it breaks this orange line, right here, this candle shows confirmation of a weak market. You've missed the top. That's where it was up there. Right? So what do we want to make sure then? We want to make sure that Bitcoin does not break this 50-week moving average, this orange line, because if it breaks it, it's going to get ugly, guys. It really is. So where are we today? I'm going to come across, this is the market. Look, so we were down here for those that are around in 2022. It breaks above, it bounces off this green line. It does slip a bit, but it, you know, doesn't break the orange line. Our key signals this orange line, comes back above. It breaks it. You can see it riding it. It again falls short, comes back to the orange line. It bounces off this orange line, comes above again. Look, comes back down to this orange line, bounces off again. We've been testing this orange line, this 50 weeks, so many times. This bull market's a bit different to the last one, because it has been showing signs of weakness, or maybe this rally has just been hidden by the smart investors, the smart money. Remember I said to you in past videos, maybe big money's taking massive profits, but they're trying to hide the top. Because I felt like this was the most insane euphoric moment of 2024 back in March of, back in March of 2024. I felt like this was the most insane euphoric moment. And when you pull it on with like RSIs and stuff, you can see it. I'll show you in a bit. Actually, can I double click and show it? Here you go. If you look down here, I've got an RSI, right? Let me bring this up so you can see. Look at where the most euphoric pump was with this blue line. It was right here, March of 2024. Since then, we have had price go higher, but the excitement hasn't been there. New money hasn't really come in. So it's basically the same money that we've had since here, and it's just been rotating out different coins. You know, everyone's trying to decide what they think can do well and whatnot, and that's what we've seen. Because until you see this RSI start to come up really high, and you know, that's really when new money is going to be coming in, when it can break above this, because it's bringing more excitement. You know, just everybody wants to get in, and then you can see it as well. Otherwise, this just shows weakness when the RSI is low. It's like people are just rotating money that they already have. So that's what we're seeing here. Today, we are holding above this 21-week moving average, which is a good sign. It's not the end of the world. We're basically trading at prices like it was back in August of 2025, right? And that's not that far away, the end of August as well, 25th of August. So you think a month ago, that's the prices that we're trading at now. So it's not too bad. If it can hold this green line and bounce off it like it did here, then great. You know, that could be great. If it breaks it, then I believe, especially if there's a candle underneath, then I believe we're going to be coming down to this orange line here. This is when things could get ugly, guys. Because if we come down to this, and I'm going to make it red, if we come down to this red line here, things could get very ugly for Bitcoin. And I don't know, we'll have to have a look at the altcoins, because when Bitcoin falls, altcoins tend to fall with it. But I would expect that Bitcoin would retrace back up, and that's when we could see altcoins just go absolutely crazy. That would be the rotation. People taking money out of Bitcoin, everything's fallen in price. That money that they've just taken, some of them might put some in Tether because they're deciding what to do. And then they finally throw it back into altcoins. And that's when you see the massive pump where you've been waiting all this time for altcoins. But then after that, that's it, lights out, done. And that's based on if this was to come down to this 50-week and break it as well. So let me show you, right? Just coming down here is ugly. Why? Because if this breaks down to the 50-week moving average, it puts Bitcoin at a 98,000 level, almost a $99,000 price. But it doesn't sit well with me, because if you take a look at this, this is the Gaussian channel, right? The only time we've ever entered this Gaussian channel is when we've been in a bear market or coming out of a bear market. And this is on the weekly time frame. This is clean. This one gives you no false signals. Take a look. You may see one here where we had a wick, but we bounced off it, right? Bounced off it. I'm talking green. I'm talking a candle inside. When you see a candle inside the Gaussian channel right here, this confirms you've missed the top. Look, the bull market was here. The top of the rally was here. We've now got a confirmed green candle inside the Gaussian channel. Is ugly, because look at what happens afterwards when it enters it. It falls through it, comes straight down. And we're talking massive drops from it entering in here. You're talking 66% of your money gone. If you was a millionaire, $660,000 is gone for every million that you have. It gets ugly. So why am I showing this? And just to show you that the last cycle as well, so you can see the only time it enters, look, this is the whole rally, massive rally up. It doesn't enter it at all. All the price action's far away. Only enters it with the one candle on the weekly time frame to confirm this is it. Look, you've missed the top. This is it. It just entered. This is your candle. This is your warning sign. What's to come in the future? A massive drop in the future. And it's just a shame because people can't see it. Unless you watch channels like mine and other great influencers that are good at looking at charts, then you can see it. So this is why I highly recommend you like and subscribe, stick around. Where are we today? So you can see the charts. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to keep showing you this stuff. Look how far away we are from the Gaussian channel right now. Right now it's fine. But remember I said to you, if it starts to get to like the 99,000 level, that's when it gets scary, because this here, right here, that's just sort of 98, 99,000 level. It's going to be coming and touching this Gaussian. If it breaks this right here, this 50 week, and then we see a candle come underneath, and you guys think it's going to be fine, guys, please. Anyone's telling you that you're going to go below $99,000, $98,000 and it's going to be fine, they're lying to you. They don't know how to read charts. And I'm just showing you based on what I'm seeing on charts. Because if we break this right here, this 50 week, price comes down like this, and then it breaks it, my gosh, you're in dangerous territory for Bitcoin. It's going to come down to this blue line. This is all dangerous territory, anything under here, because it puts you into the Gaussian channel as well. Because if this is 98,000, you start going 95, 94, 93, you're in dangerous territory, guys. Which means, you know, this is the beginning of signs to confirm that the bear market is in for Bitcoin. So what am I hoping for then? I'm hoping... because I've still got my other thingies up. This is it. So hold on, let me show you total 3. So this is total 3. I still believe we can come up here. I still think there's going to be money that floods in up here. Does Bitcoin need to sell? Oh, I keep banging my mic. Does Bitcoin need to sell off first so that that money can flow into the altcoins so we can see this ginormous pump? Time will tell, right? Time will tell. But this is where we are right now. We are basically around about here, and we're back at sort of these levels of where it was before, you know, resistance and support levels, you know, all around here, back in this box right here. So let's see what can happen over the coming weeks. Let's see if we can see some form of a reversal where it gets bought back up, green candles, and then we start to pick up again and we start to see positive movement to the upside. I see a lot of people looking at the stock market, certain charts, which I did bring up one of them because it's quite interesting. This is the RTY, which is the Russell 2000s. Apparently, we are tied to this, so we will see what happens. If this can go up, then obviously the rest will go up. It's interesting. But my main focus is just, you know, you can see it clean in the charts here with the altcoins. You can see here the RSIs where we are. Right now, this is on the daily. Let me flip it to the weekly, just to give you a clean sight on what I'm looking at. This gold bar up here on this RSI, that's always been the top for the altcoins, right? And if you look at the price, take a look at the price action for the altcoins, right? This is only excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum. This is the total three, right? Just all the altcoins. We've seen the blue RSI at its peak when it's been around these levels here, or near enough. It's forming like divergences and stuff. What does it look like on the 2 week time frame? Let's see if we can grab that up. Maybe it's more precise. Here you go. So you're only coming into this gold zone once on a 2 week time frame, and that's probably more precise. Like you can see when this blue line comes up, I've drawn a green line. You can see where it's sort of where the highs were. Obviously, it could have been a tiny bit higher, maybe few percentages higher, and if you wanted to chase that, you could. But you notice that when we're up here and then we fall down, this RSI doesn't go that high again. That shows weakness in the market, right? And it's just money rotating, which formed that second top. But take a look here, right? If I could have drawn this further, because, you know, this chart hasn't been out long enough, this blue line would have come up into this gold zone, and you would have seen that would have been marking the top. And I think this is what I'm waiting for here. We haven't seen it yet. But this is why I was saying to you before, is it masked? Is it being masked so that, you know, we can't see it? The smart money doesn't want you to see that the euphoric moment has happened. So what they've done is prices are pumped. They're giving you a bit of excitement, a bit of euphoria, and then they sell off. So it doesn't come up here. It's masked. And then it goes again. They give you some more excitement, AI craziness, you know, and then they sell off again. Smart money. So they're not letting it get to that euphoric stage. They're going to keep making you wait for it. Hoping and thinking that it's still going to come. But the question is, has it already happened within these, you know, this part here, this whole rally up in 2024, sell off? Because that could have carried on and that could have just kept going and going, right? And then the same here, look, another rally up, sell off. And this is causing a bearish divergence, guys. So we want to see this RSI at the bottom come right up into this gold zone. Let me come across this blue line to come right up into this gold area. That will be my chance to look at the market and say, right, we're coming up really overbought. Everyone's getting excited. There's too much people buying. Hopefully this chart can have nice green candles in the future up here. I'll extend this box, you know, it can come up here. And then that would signal to me that this is a good time to consider taking profits. Maybe. That's why I've got this other chart as well, which is the total 4. It takes out BNB, XRP, Solana, some of the big, giant blue chips, just so I can see what the money's really doing, where the money's flowing. Because in this one, you could have BNB, XRP, Solana pump like crazy, and it pushes the chart right up to here. But hold on, what about all the other coins that we like? What about our AI coins and our meme coins? Why can't we see it? Why aren't they moving? Because this can be false, because it could false led in our minds thinking that things are going up when really it isn't. It's just the big blue chips that are pushing it up here. Whereas this one, it takes out the BNB, the XRP and everything else, right? So this will give me more of an accurate signal that altcoins are really surging, all my favorite ones, and it's not being manipulated by BNB's market cap, XRP's market cap, Solana's market cap. So I'm going to keep looking at this. I'm calling it total 4. Guys, not really much else to say, really. The market is fearful right now. We're at a level 28. People are scared. Bitcoin's price right now is $109,000 at the time recording this video. Can I bring it in, come up higher so you can see? My head's always in the way. $109,045. We will see what happens in the future. Like I said, we do not want to see Bitcoin break this area right here. Let's see if it can hold support on the 21 week. If it bounces off this part, great. If it breaks through, it must hold this 50 week. It must hold 99K. And even then, many people will believe that the market's over. But it must hold this 99k level or 98,800 and whatever it is. Remember, these moving averages are moving with it as well. But it must hold that, because if it breaks that and it starts going to like 97, 96, 95, 94, yeah, guys, you've missed the top. And it was actually around about the 122k mark that I was telling you, 122, 123. So we will see what happens in the future. I will keep updating you. Like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. I think this is an important video for everyone. Stick around, because I'm going to be bringing more, and I'm going to show you exactly what's going on in the chart and where I'm, going to consider taking profits if I have to, if it starts to get ugly, right? And I know my sell targets. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Cheers. Never be defeated.